Hey everybody, it's Dawn Music here. It's been way too long. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for your patience. I've been a very, very, very busy musician, very busy husband and father, but I'm here. So you would have just watched the earlier recorded reaction that my son Music, and myself, Dawn Music, did, along with a little interruption from Dog Music, to Automatic Sun by The Warning. Absolutely loved it. Incredibly fun, energetic, heavy song. But now I need to get down to the nitty gritty on the song. Let's find out how it really works, what makes it so cool, what I loved about it, the musical analysis, the chord changes, the rhythms, everything. All right? Huh? Without any further ado, let's get into this.
Les tenemos una sorpresa especial. Vamos a tocar una canción que no ha salido todavía.
I love the flags.
Esta canción se
How,
llama
Ale, and Danny.
Automatic Sun.
And in my absence from doing these musical analyses, I have watched a lot of other people doing reactions and such. There's some really good musicians out there doing good deep dives into The Warning these days. It's great to see. I appreciate it when people put in, I understand reactions as you don't know what's going on. A blind reaction is a blind reaction. That's great. But after you've seen a band once or seen something about them once or twice, you know they're not local like to your English language or whatever language. I really wish people would put in the effort to actually learn how to say their names. A lot of people do put in the effort, and if you're putting the effort and you're getting it wrong, it's okay. But it's the people who don't bother trying. Ugh, okay, rant over. Let's check out Automatic Sun. Okay, already that is so cool. So, yes, this is down-tuned. Let's see. Again, I never plug in my guitar. It's such a hassle. I will get it set up so I can actually play with an amp for you guys. I don't know if you can hear that. It's my unplugged electric guitar. Something like that. Anyway, that's B, but I'm playing it an octave higher than Alejandra is. She's playing it way down. Down there. So she's playing it way down. So she's got either 7th string, but it's not. I can see looking at it, there's 6 strings on there. So she's playing a baritone guitar, a baritone electric. And judging from the headstock and the pick guard made of plastic, and the curvature of the horns and the body contours, that neck, that nut, the way the headstock is set back but still flat instead of angled. It's a Fender, probably in the Stratocaster family. Yeah, it's a Stratocaster of some form. Looks like double hum though. So 2 humbucker pickups as opposed to the 3 single coil pickups most Strats have. But it makes sense for a first of all, she plays double humbucker guitars nearly exclusively. So she likes the humbucker sound. We know that. But also for a baritone guitar, it's tuned down a 1/4 generally, lower than a normal guitar, with much thicker strings and a longer neck between the nut and the bridge. The vibrating part of the string is longer. A normal Fender Stratocaster is 25.5 inches between the two. Baritone Strat, I don't know specifically, I haven't Googled it, but most baritone guitars are like 27, 27.5, 28, 28.5 inches long in the vibrating section. Some are 26.5, but whatever, 26 3/4. But they're at least an inch or two generally longer than a normal guitar. That's a lot more vibrating mass and length. But if it's a thinner string, it's less tension and less weight on it. So for the low notes to ring, you need more mass. You need a heavier string. And for the real depth of the tone, a humbucker pickup pushes the mids and lows more, a little less bite, depending on the pickup, than single coils do, which makes sense for a baritone guitar. So this is, from what I can see, a fairly standard one, although knowing Daniela, I suspect it's anything but standard. She is a highly regarded world-class professional electric guitar player and acoustic guitar player. And she gets recognition from all the big brands, and I believe they are all fighting for her attention because she's becoming quite a celebrity now too. So I'm sure Fender went out of their way to make this what she would like it to be. I'm making assumptions there, but I'm pretty sure that she would have had a lot of assistance from Fender to get the exact package that she wants. That being said, this is not in B. She's not tuned it to a standard baritone pitch. She's tuned it down to, let's find out. I have to look at her, the song's in B, but I gotta look at her hand. Wow, heavy. Okay, well, they're both down tuned. She's tuned it down to A, I believe. Maybe lower, but probably A. It looked like she was on, I think, the second fret for the B. Might have been third fret for the B, but I think it was second fret for the B, Daniela. And Alejandra is playing second fret on her B string to play a B. Therefore, she's tuned down to A. So they're probably both down tuned to A, which is pretty damn heavy. That's why it's so freaking huge. I love this entrance. Let's take another listen to this. So the guitar comes in with the drums. The guitar comes in alone. And the distortion on that single guitar right now is, I can't remember the brand and the exact pedal name. I've thought of it at times, and I have worked with them, but I don't use this pedal myself. What it is a fuzz pedal, which is a form of distortion. It's a particular type of fuzzy sounding distortion, and a gate. And a gate in music, in guitars and professional recorded audio, which I have on my microphone right now, by the way, which is how I'm able to listen with my professional studio monitors to the music without it being picked up by the mic. A gate is something that senses the level of the signal coming into it, the volume of the noise, either what you're playing or what you're saying into a microphone or whatever, or playing on your electric guitar. It senses that level, and it controls basically other things based on that level. So if it's above a certain level, it'll turn something on. If it's below a certain level, it turns it off. And sometimes it's a variable amount between those two levels that it can control. So now if we go back to the guitar, so this guitar pedal would have a distortion effect that is triggered by how loud the guitar is being played and how much signal is coming out of the guitar. Big heavy chords, you're going to get a lot of fuzz. As the chords die down and get a little quieter, it'll go to a clean sound effectively. A dark, clean sound because of the type of guitar it is. And so when she hits those hard, heavy notes, it goes boom, boom. But then as it gets quieter, it's boom, boom. It gets a cleaner tone, just depending on how she picks it and what notes she's playing. Very cool. That's a great sound. I don't personally play it, but I have, and I understand that they're very, very popular. Like in this case, it works really well. But then when they all come in, something else happens. And by them all, I mean Alejandra. Alejandra comes in at some point. So when Ali comes in there, and it seems like it's just her, but this is a studio version of the audio. So you can hear that in the right channel over there. The original guitar is in the left channel. This is my left. I don't know about you guys. I'm pointing at my speakers. My left channel is where she originally plays, and then as soon as Alejandra comes in on bass, which is in the middle and thick and all over, there's a second guitar track that's in the right channel, which sounds more like a typical Danny tone. It's got like that heavy overdriven amp tone that she uses most of the time. So it continues to stay heavy sounding even as the picking gets lighter, as opposed to the one on the left, which cleans up and just turns darker and more interesting as it gets lighter. They're very distinctive tones, and it makes it sound huge. In reality, if she's playing this live, she could hit a pedal on her pedal board, and it'll do that stereo panning and do the two effects and the two amps. So maybe that's what she does live. But definitely this is a studio mix, of course, which is great because that's what I wanted to get. And And Alejandra comes in, and she's got huge, there's dog music. I don't know if you can hear him. But on top of that, Alejandra has serious overdrive on her bass, like serious overdrive on her bass right now too. And the drums are huge sounding and thick. That kick drum is amazing. Sounds so good. So the notes at the beginning: B, B, A, B, B, A, B, 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 A, B, B, A, F sharp, G, 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 F sharp, E, 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 E. I don't know if it's it might be D to B slide, but whatever it is. Then maybe they just grab a bunch of notes and just but I love it either way. Very, very heavy. And Alejandra comes in at the same time with that bliss. It's just huge. All right, let's listen to it again and go on. Okay, sorry, the drums here. As soon as they come in, they remind me of a legend in the world of rock music from the 60s and then the 70s. The legendary drummer Mitch Mitchell from the Jimi Hendrix Experience. That's what this drum part reminds me of right now. And I hate saying, this reminds me of. I'm not saying that the song reminds me of anything, because it doesn't. It sounds like The Warning. But what I'm hearing here is a groove and feel from Pow that a lot of people just don't acknowledge. Drumming is more than just like pinpoint accuracy all the time. You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to do that. And you have to have perfect control over your sticks and your feet and your legs and your kit. But once you have that mastered, which Pauline has had mastered for years and years and years, the next thing is introduce your natural feel into the groove. And I mean, Pow went from, I don't know, I hope I said Pow earlier. Pow went from, as a child, like working really hard to be accurate and always having a bit of feel to it, but working really hard to be accurate, to getting really good really fast and immediately starting to push a human feel and groove into her playing right away, in my opinion. This is exemplified in this song right here. That drum opening is just mammoth. Now, that on top of it, the song is in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But they're subdivided each beat into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. But it's more than just a shuffle feel. A shuffle feel can, if you ever listen to a drum machine do a shuffle feel, metronomically, it's really boring. It's really repetitious and boring. There's no musicality to it. This is so different, yet it's the same basic rhythm and feel. It's so heavy, and her accents on beat 1, the way she plays the kick drum, and this sounds like 1 foot on the kick drum, it's just great control over it. And the way she attacks that snare drum always, it's so consistent and so amazing, and the tone is so big. Love it, love it. Mitch Mitchell all the way here as an influence that I have from myself, who I recognize that similar level of authentic, natural feel and musicality in Pow. That's what I'm trying to say. No one took anything. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying that she has that gift that he had. And you can hear it because it is a studio track. You can hear a percussion thing going back on, which he isn't playing live. That's cool. I love Og's percussion, and it's a great feel in it. Okay, so that, I don't have a guitar handy that can do that. My guitar will not do that. My guitar is a Les Paul, but I modified it with the Floyd Rose and the locking nut. I'm just kind of like that. But, and my Ibanez has Edge tremolo and a locking nut. My kids have a short scale Stratocaster, but talk about not being in the right key for this. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, what she's doing is when you play the strings behind the net, this will sound horrible and not musical because this is the wrong guitar for it, as I said. But this is my Les Paul with the locking nut. A locking nut is this black thing here. It prevents the strings from going out of tune when you do crazy like things with my Lloyd Rose and stuff, right? So, but we do have exposed strings. So even though on the Gibson you can't do the thing that she's doing because the string lengths are wrong for it and much too short and much too high, and mine is locked, so you can't do the pitch bends you need to make the chords in tune. She's going boom, 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 right? 3 strings here, 3 strings here, and then 3 strings here. And that's why she went like boom, 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 boom. The third time she's looking carefully at it to make sure she hits the right strings. That's how she got 2 different chords out of it. Extremely cool. And when you're playing it on a Stratocaster, something without a locking nut, and you have that giant headstock with the long strings, and you've got the right tuning on your instrument and the right key in the song, you can pull the strings and play a chord on the guitar and slightly bend the strings to get it to be just in tune for the right thing you want to do. It actually pulls in the strings in tune on the other side of the headstock of the nut on the headstock as well. So those short little bits can play the right chord you want. Super impressive how she did that. That was in tune, awesome, very, 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 very cool. Not to mention, she looks extremely cool going boom, bah, boom, bah, boom, boom. That was very, very rock star and more confident looking than I think I've ever seen a guitar player do that live. And I've seen some pretty amazing guitar players live, like Stevie Ray Vaughan, people like that. All right, let's go back spec and get into the song. Look at this stance of Alejandra here. She is also in full rock star mode now. I guess they are always all in full rock star mode now when they perform. They've gone so next level since the Error album, which was also amazing. Oh, fire. They've got fire. I forgot about that. Fire and smoke going off. This is so cool. And in time, nice. Bass drops out, back to the, and she's back to Pow doing the floor tom for rhythm. Very, very cool. I love this shuffle. They haven't got a lot of songs that are shuffle feels, 6/8 feels, like bluesy feel like this. Hunter, 21st Century Blood, jumped to the top of my head. It's probably one other that I'm just forgetting about, but those ones are the distinct obvious ones to me. And now Automatic Sun. This one's got a different feel from the other two, of course. Very, very cool. You still got me trying. Oh, and Danny's vocals here. Intimate. And I mean, she's grown up now, I can say it. It sounds kind of sexy, but it's like she's like she's close to you, talking to you. You know, saying, this is how I feel about you. Good or bad. I'm unclear based on the lyrics. It's good or bad, whatever it is. I have my own feelings about it. But whatever the meaning that she's trying to convey for people to appreciate in the song, she gets it by being intimate with the microphone here in a personal way. It sounds wrong, but I mean she's close up and not doing her full on belt voice, which is what she does as a rock star. She's being much more intimate, but not in a pretty way. It's a gritty way. Gritty, soft, gentle, still projecting. Her voice is slightly gristly here and cracking a little bit in just the right ways. Very, very cool. Very cool. Those shots. Jatum, jatum, flam, flam, and then kick and crash. Flam, kick, flam, kick, flam, kick. And they all do the shots together on the kick crash part. It's like snare, everyone hit it. Snare, everyone hit it. Snare, everyone, snare, everyone, snare, everyone. It's really, really cool that way they do that. They're such a tight group. Freedom, but somehow you still got no bass here. Oh, this is a great photo of Danny. That hi-hat open with the left foot, open enough that it allows the two cymbals on top of each other to shake together and ring, but to still closed enough that they continue to hit each other. So it's not just like open it wide and hit at the top, and then it sounds like ding. And if they're too close, it goes like tsh. So she's got it open just enough that when she hits it, it almost expands. It's a single hit that goes, psh. It almost seems to get louder. It makes a sustaining instrument out of something that you hit, which cannot sustain. It's so cool how she did that at just the right level, and just the right level on the crash with the kick drum afterwards on the opposite side of the kick, to make it almost like that one cymbal goes, right? So clever, just by going, beautiful, beautiful drum playing. Man, she knows her kit inside out.
Just feels like your nails down my back.
You got a shiver from that. Oh, nice fill. Flam, kick, tom, kick, tom, kick, tom, I think. Or no, probably tom, 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 tom. Yeah, tom, tom, tom. Double on the snare, flam on the snare, then ba-dink-a-dink-a-dink on the toms going down, which is neat. There's another influence of mine, everyone's in the world. I think I would say that could sound like a lot of the cool, simpler drummers in the world. People like, combination of Phil Rudd from AC/DC and Ringo Starr from the Beatles, I would say. Very, very cool feel. I love how she smiled as she's getting to the bottom of that. Very, very cool. Oh, and Ali's doing the backups. And I know it's a studio version, but she's clearly singing the backups live. And that sounds like Alejandra's voice, which is nice. We haven't heard a lot of Ale in the studio, even doing little notes. It seems to be something kind of newer now for this album, which is very, very cool for me. I'm excited for that. I'm proud of her.
Feels like your nails down my back. Try not to think about it too much.
Listen to the feel on that drum fill. Ka-ding, 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 ka-ding. It's almost behind the beat. And what we call that is just laying back. Just laying back on the beat. It's not behind the beat. It's right on it. But the way that she's doing it, it's like it feels just slightly like it's just dragging it through the mud a speck, which is just so musical. So musical. She lands right on it at the end. She does that all the way through the song with all the fills and stuff. She never is like pushing the tempo through it.
At midnight, just feels like your nails down my back. Try not to think about it too much. With the weight of everything's just
Okay, so that was. So now we're going up to the flat six. Dum, 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 dum. Up to the six, which is actually not. So the flat six is going to be, it's a D major chord from that one, right? Oh, no. Sorry, I'm tired. G major chord up to an E major chord first inversion, which makes it land on the bottom on G sharp. So G major chord, E major chord, so G, E, and then which is actually E major chord, first inversion, starts on the second note. That's what first inversion means. Then G major, and then back to E, power chord of some kind. Mysteriously either major or minor or neither, I think. But listen to the guitar fill that she does while she's singing. The cool guitar line. It's like 3 or 4 notes, but it's just so good. That was cool. And it sounds like she's got an octaver on it to bring it up an octave higher. It is so cool. Oh, it's so good. She plays guitar so well. And I honestly believe that I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that Dani is, if anything, well, she's very modest. I know that she's a very, very modest person, but I believe she puts her sisters on a higher pedestal for their playing than she does herself, maybe, of where she feels that they're at. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. She's just so kind to her sisters about presenting them at their best always and being proud of them. I could be entirely wrong, but she is a brilliant electric guitar player. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, that drum fill. Dum, 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 dum. I guess it's a triplet. Yeah, it is. It's a triplet starting with the right hand. Then left on the snare. And then I guess that's a crash and a kick probably again. Nice. And they all do that shot together again. It's beautiful. By the way, there's some incredible, beautiful slow motion bits of Alejandra and Danny and Pau in this so far that are just outstanding footage. Wow. Look at the smoke. So there, she jumped from a B up to a D, an octave higher. A minor 10th. Not only did it just hurt my voice, but I had to slide into it. She's just like, I got this. And sounds so easy. She could probably do far more complex things than that vocally, but she's such a good singer. Wow. Oh, the harmonies where Ali comes in there. Beneath Danny's part. So good. I guess it's son. Not but you get the idea. Note that she is playing with a pick on bass again. She's been doing more and more of that. Very cool. And then give me your. Yeah, okay. She's singing down octave, or she's singing in unison. I'm not sure which it is. I don't know. Maybe she's singing in fifth. Give me your. I don't know what she did, but Ali sang something doubling up with Danny there that made it sound huge right there. Very, very cool. Now jump into that one. Nice stops. Oh, that's so nice. Oh man, I've missed diving into these songs so much. Wow, Pow, that was just really, really, really cool. Let's see what we can do here. I got to go back again and listen to that. Love the delay echo on this. What you doing to me? Danny's vocal lines, unless they're Pow's, I mean, who knows? But Danny's the one singing them. Danny's vocal lines are so memorable and sing-alongy, yet unique. And she has such a unique execution where at the end of phrases, she does things. Elizabeth from the Charismatic Voice was doing another one of their songs, and I agree with her completely about how Danny has a style that's charismatic style of her own, that she will tail off a note at the end of a phrase in pitch, go down a semitone or a whole tone, not out of tune, on purpose as a style, and it's so unique to her. But she also has a way of starting notes and articulating things that is very unique and beautiful and never harsh, never brash, no matter what she's doing with distortion on her voice. It's like a giant hug, hard rock. A giant hug of hard rock and roll. That's really what it is. If she sang to me personally, I'd be like, "Aw," even if she's like screaming her freaking mouth off at me. It would just, it's a very warm feeling the way she sings. And again, the bass drops out. Oh, listen to her voice there. I've talked right through. Yeah, you know, but good. That was really cool when she did it, not when I did it. Oh, what I need. So good. Oh, you're so out of reach, yeah. Oh, the fireballs going off with each beat. 2, 3, it's so nice. And again, that fill at the end was directly out of the Ringo Starr playbook. Ga-ding. That's like all over the White Album and Sgt. Pepper's and stuff. That is such a Ringo lick. And again, it's just when you're a great musician, working with great bands, a great band, and writing music together, and being creative and feeling inspired and feeling the right groove, that's the sort of stuff you come up with. So good.
You hurt me, snap, remember. This addiction's
joined
hard
by
to
Power.
get. If you want it all, then just take it.
Oh, listen to the vocal rhythm. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. While the guitar and bass are just going dum, 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 dum. All the rhythm here, and the drums are going tss, 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 tss. All the rhythm comes from Danny's voice. All of it here.
Oh, you're so out of reach, yeah.
See, here the guitar is pretty cool riff and stuff.
Will you
All
be my mirror, reflect what I need?
guitar through.
Oh, you're so out of
Now the guitar just plays.
the way you hurt me, snap, remember.
Listen to the voice.
This addiction's hard to get. If you want it all, then just take it. 'Cause you
Eighth note, I guess they're eighth note triplets there. Except in tune with words. So good, so good.
got me, you got me.
16th note triplet fill. Oh man, that was really nice. Pat was just all over the drums in this song. Look at that crowd. Again, jumping up there. See how she ends? There's something in the way she ends a note like that. That is very endearing.
What you doing to me? Give me your psychosomatic look what you're doing to me.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, so it's B, D, C sharp, B, A, and then she goes up to the 5, F sharp, E, D, then B flat, B. Cool line there. Meanwhile, and Alejandro does the same line, and meanwhile the drums, Pout is 24 note triplet 16th fill of what is that, 4 beats on the drums, perfectly in tune and perfectly in time, but with this feel again, sounds so good, and landing with the snare on beat 1, very, very, very cool. Love that harmony from See how she's just like muscular Pow. She's so muscular now too, right? Muscular Pow just bearing into those drums. Just amazing. And then this part. So it's just kick drum here. Do, 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 do. Right? That's all there's going on for that. There's no guitar. Guitar is turned off. No background synths or anything like that. No background guitars. And bass guitar. Heavily overdriven bass guitar. Doing eighth notes. Dum 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 dum. And Ale with her freaking perfect rhythm. I mean, Pow's is amazing. So is Danny's, actually. But Ale's essentially perfect. 99.9% of the time, at least. And so she's doing straight eights here. Doom, 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 doom. But there's nothing straight about it because she is the only one in this section who does anything on the instruments other than straight beats. Listen carefully to her bass part here. See that? Watch her hand. She's doing a pickup. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. That feel is so good. Oh, that just makes it for me. If she hadn't done that, the song wouldn't have been anywhere near as good, and it's almost inaudible. But it's the feel of the song, and it's coming entirely from Alejandro's bass playing here in this part. Man, oh man. You know, she is, all three of them are extremely serious perfectionists at their instruments and their voices and stuff. But both Pau and Ale are very, I believe, very fixated on being as perfect as possible. And if anyone is really fixated on it more than anyone else, is probably Alejandra. To my impression from listening to them and watching them and observing them for a couple of years now. She is a machine, and that could be interpreted as meaning that she has no feel or emotion in her playing. But she absolutely does, just because she's a semi-reserved person in some ways. Maybe not visually on stage, but in, compared to her siblings, she is absolutely not. She's an extremely expressive player, super accurate, but expressive. And that feel there is the best you get out of any amazing studio player ever.
Try not to think about it too much. The way the weight of everything's just an unavoidable headache.
Again, with that vocal doing all the rhythm, all the feel here, other than ga-ding, ding, 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 ga-ding, ding, ga-ding, ding, ding, ding. If you hear her bass line carefully, there are live versions of the song out there, like cell phone live versions I've been watching, and then some of them you can really hear Alejandra's bass part. You need to find one. I'll try to find one. It's incredible. I'll try to find one for you guys and share it, because listening to Alejandra's bass playing when it's really exposed and you hear the amp sound through a cell phone, it's to kill for. Not to die for, to kill for. It's so good. It just like makes you realize how ridiculously great she is as bassist. There's subtle things between the notes that she does that you can't always hear, but it's there in the background. When you hear it, you're like, holy crap. And there's the seventh, so it's just B flat, and then up the octave, and everyone drops out. By the way, it's great to see her playing her Ali's Inferno again here. I know that she's playing the blue bass most of the time, and I love the sound of that bass, and it looks great. But this is her baby that she designed. And I guess she needs two basses now, and one has to be drop tuned. So I guess she's going to be switching between basses for her tours now, which is pretty cool. The warning there stops. Just guitar down, down, and then vocals down, down, down. I apologize. That was horrible. Unless I'm really loud and warm up for 2 hours, I can't do that high stuff. And I will never sound like Daniela, no matter how much I wish I could. But I love that. Down, 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 dunk, with the dunk at the end as a kick drum. Tom, tom, tom kick. What a great way to stop it, because it just stops, except for the vocal. And then everyone comes on before. So good. Camera work. It's rolling camera. Look at that. I love that part. I love how she's playing on the crash. I remember that. That was amazing. When she did the snurdum, digga, six in there. Watching her body motion as she does that is so, that's where the feel is coming from. Digga, she's working with body weight and just the humanity of it to make it sound even better than it should. Amazing. And listen, the bass part and the guitar part here, they're much more complicated than you might realize. That's another reason I want to find this other video. I'll do a second video about this and talk about it more. I forget whose it was, but I'll check it out. Because it was really revealing about how complex the bass part actually is. Anyone who ever dares to tell me that the warning songs are simple or the parts they play are simple is going to get, one of my hour-long lectures, because that's absolute bull. It's extremely difficult to play perfectly with feel and add all these little tiny details to something like that without losing focus or screwing up or getting off time or getting your levels different. That's another thing about Alejandra. She doesn't play with a compressor to level her sound always. It doesn't matter if she's using a pick or finger style. What you hear is what you get. What she plays is what you get. And if you listen to her isolated bass tracks in live stuff from cell phones, you will be shocked at how extremely consistent and accurate she is. I would love to hear examples of other bassists in major rock bands, members of rock bands, not session players, major rock bands, bass players playing that well. Dare anyone to find it.
Look what you're doing to me.
I love that when they're playing, they're singing harmonies like that, doing the ahs. Oh, it's beautiful. That's one of their superpowers is their 3-point harmony, 3-part harmonies. Although I think it's 2-part harmonies here, and in the studio they did more 2-part harmonies, but then I think that sounds like pow. Maybe not in the audio, but I think that she does the part there that we just heard. So I think live, this is pow. Pretty sure. Dicka, love it. Oh, it's so nice when they catch these shots perfectly together. It's got that prog worked outness in an approachable rock and roll song. You know, to inventify some Englishes. Camera work. Okay, that drum fill, holy crap. Okay, so she is doing flam with the snare and the tom, kick, flam on the toms, kick, flam on the lower toms, kick, flam with snare and tom, kick, flam, kick, flam, kick. Flam, kick, flam, kick, flam, kick, flam, kick, flam, kick, flam, kick. Snare, or snare, tom, whichever. Snare, tom, 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 tom. Tom, 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 kick. Snare crash. Something like that. Oh, yeah, so it's only 6, not 9 like I did. Snare, tom, 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 kick. Snare and crash. Kick, snare, kick, crash. That's so cool. But I love the hands and foot going back and forth with one foot. Up speed like that. Damn, that's a hard effort. And she puts so much muscle into it. Man, oh man. That's why it sounds so deep and heavy in that part. That is the biggest fill. Man, oh. Look how hard she hits. Look how freaking hard she hits. Just watch Paulina. How fast she's playing, how hard she hits, and how high she has to stick. There you go. I wish we could see this. Oh, okay. So here, at least in the studio version, they are pre-bending on the first fret on the lowest string, which is a B flat. They're pre-bending it, pulling it up, bending the string to go up to a whole semitone on the thickest, heaviest, lowest, hardest fret to play on both the bass and the guitar to pull it up, start it to be dum, and then letting it go to normal pitch, dum, dum, da dum. Then they move up to the second fret, ding, 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 da, dum, pre-bend, dum, da, ding, dum. Then they're just hitting it really hard, so it does that. On a baritone guitar, no matter how good it is, when you hit it really hard, it'll kind of go up in pitch and slightly drift down. Dun, dun. This is how it is. If you don't believe me, listen to Helter Skelter by the Beatles. So yeah, if you get that sound in the studio, that's amazing. I don't think they would do that live probably, because that would be an incredible effort if you actually want to be able to play the instruments again afterwards. I mean, from your fingers point of view, without getting blisters, to pre-bend these giant strings, especially Alejandra, on a bass and have it work. It's possible that she would not do it, but Danny might do it live. I don't know, because it's a little easier on guitar, but they're both the thickest strings that they've ever played probably. So maybe they don't do it live. I don't know. They might, but studio version, really, really cool. So that's a minor 7. And I love the little breathy vocal things she does at the same time.
Look what you're doing, look what you're doing to me.
Yeah, I love that. And at the end, kick with the 3 cymbals, and grab them, choke them, and the fire went off with each one. Tick, 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 flame, flame, flame. Very cool. But I love that last chord. The guitar is on a tritone, flat 5, augmented 4th, diminished 5th, which would be let me think, E sharp. No, an F, an E sharp, same thing. E sharp is F. Anyway, an F, and then bending up to an F sharp. Bam. But there's a chord going on there, and the bass is doing something with it, and there's another note on the guitar that she's bending, that she's not bending, I think, that's already in tune to make that chord come out. Some sort of a I don't know, F sharp 7-ish, flat 5. I don't know. It hurts my brain. I love the chord though. What a way to end the song, on a dissonant, diminished chord with a raised something. That's hurting my brain too much. I'm not going to figure it out tonight. I'll figure it out one day, but not tonight. Very, 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 very cool. This song rocks. Let's watch it out. Oh, this footage. Warning. Warning. Oh, that's nice. And everyone just freaks out when they said that. Nice. Groovy Chaos. I would assume that means that was one of the video teams or something. Very, 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 very cool. This was rock and roll. And let's make this video. Thanks you all for coming out and watching this with me. And welcome to Don Music's channel, The Comeback. I'm going to try to do more of these things again. It won't be like I used to be because I'm much busier, but it'll be more often than I've been doing it. And I want to try to really get involved in finding out what makes these songs so amazing to me, because I just, as you can tell, I love them and I respect them. And there's so much interest in them right now. I'm really proud of these ladies. They are just ridiculously hardworking, dedicated, and extremely intelligent and talented and gifted and well-trained. And their family and team are just incredible too. They deserve everything they're getting, and they deserve more. All right. Please like, subscribe, comment. There's a donation link in it. Anything you want to do to support this channel, to help us out as a family. But mostly watch it and go to the original link to the original video, which is also in the description, and watch the warning and support them. Missed you all. I'm glad to be here. Love you all. Rock and roll. Guess I should stop the recording, eh?